What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bridging the Geekdom's Free Talk. I'm your host, Robert Slavinsky, and big stuff happened today. Some big things. Real quick, though, hit that subscribe button, please. You do that, get all notifications of when I'm going live and whatnot, and hit that like button if you like what you see. I mean, I wouldn't like what I see when I looked at me, but that's besides the point. Let's get into it, though, because Zack Snyder today had an interview with Grace Randolph over at Beyond Trailers, or Beyond the Trailer, or whatever it's called. And not really sure how she keeps getting these interviews with Zack. I don't get it, but it's besides the point. At least there's an outlet where he's been going to discuss what's been going on with not just Zack Snyder's Justice League, but also he talked a little bit about Army of the Dead, which was fantastic. But we're not going to get into Army of the Dead. That's not what you're here for. You're here to hear what he said about Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, I don't have a list here in front of me. I'm driving, trying to do the responsible thing and pay attention to the road while I'm doing this. But what I want to say is he did drop some information that was really interesting and exciting. I'm going to start off with the Jared Leto stuff because we did hear a few weeks back confirmation Jared Leto was going to show up in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, he supposedly showed off a little black and white concept or photo to Grace Randolph of Jared Leto as Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And according to her, according to Zack, who confirms this, he has a much different look than what he had in Suicide Squad. While he does still honor the look that he had, he says it's more road weary, a little water has gone under the bridge per se for some of the things that have happened to Joker in the past. Thus, meaning, in my opinion, we're going to see Jared Leto look much different in the Nightmare timeline, and that's my opinion. They don't say that on it, but that's my opinion. I think it's going to be Nightmare timeline Joker that we see in the movie. I'm looking forward to it. Kind of have some ideas because, looking at a recent couple pictures that Leto has posted of himself, obviously his eyebrows were shaved. He shaved his beard off, but his hair is still long. Maybe that's part of the look. I guess we'll find out when we finally get a reveal of what Joker looks like, whether it's in a trailer or in Zack Snyder's Justice League in 2021. With that, the additional photography. According to Zack, he says this in this interview with Grace, that out of the additional photography that they did, it's only about 4 to 5 minutes worth of footage that will be in the movie from this additional photography. Now, there's people out there screaming and have been screaming about, oh, he's been given X amount of millions of dollars to complete this vision for Justice League. He's just reshooting the movie or doing a brand new movie. It's not even the same movie. How can you say, all those people screaming, release the Snyder? This isn't the Snyder Cut. This is something different. No. I mean, he shot 5 minutes worth of footage. I'm sure he shot more than that, but it's only going to equate to about 5 minutes worth of footage in his cut of the movie. This is a 4-hour long film, broken up to four episodes for HBO Max. 4 hours. And there's 5 minutes. 5 minutes that they have to do for additional photography. Now, I do want to say this. That number of $70 million that was going around for additional photography? That's why I kept saying I don't necessarily believe that $70 million number. That could be all-inclusive of all the work that needs done in restarting the Snyderverse, whether it's Day to Day or Suicide Squad, doing some additional photography there, as well as some other things, so on and so forth. But if he really only shot, which is going to equate to about 4 or 5 minutes worth of footage and additional photography, that's not $70 million worth of work there. So take that as you will. He did discuss, as I said a few weeks back, getting excited when we were getting close to the shooting of the additional photography about, you have to think about it. I said this on Twitter, I think. That $70 million could have been part of redoing some of the suits. The superhero and Superman, the suit, they haven't worn them in 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, something like that, depending on what suit they're using. If you really think about it, Ben Affleck, while he does look damn healthy, he's not exactly the size he was back in 2016, 2015 when they were shooting these movies. And it's very possible that they had to do that. Well, it's interesting because Zack then mentions how they had to get these costumes. They were in different museums and archives and such. They had to get them together. And, they were trying to put on a cow, and one of the cows that as he was putting it on just kind of ripped and just was destroyed because of, it's old and they're not made to last years and years and years, without care and, and to be worn all the time. That's not what they're made for the movie. So you had to figure they would probably had to make some new suits, but they didn't say he didn't say yes or no to that. He just was making a comment about the suits. Interesting little bit about Ezra Miller, being that he's off shooting some scenes for Fantastic Beasts as of right now. He's over in London, and they needed a pickup shot of Ezra Miller, so he kind of directed from Zoom the men on the set on Fantastic Beasts to shoot a pickup shot of Ezra Miller, which I think is rather brilliant and awesome. And with this pandemic world, things have to be different. Things have to change. Things are going a certain way, and that's what you have to do sometimes. And they pulled it off, and it's exciting. Definitely exciting. So, we really, a lot of information. Let's get to some of the other big stuff. Okay. November 17th. Now, if you jump over to spoilerverse.com, I posted an article today about the excitement and how we should be celebrating November 17th. We should be, remembering the victory and not the despair of what November 17th represents, because it does represent two drastically different things when you look at it. You have the Justice League movie, which is the despair, which is that of, kind of everything that encompasses everything that is wrong with Hollywood in so many ways. When it comes to just all the accusations and all the stuff that we've been hearing of what happened behind the scenes of that movie, to 2019 when the release of Snyder Cut movement came as one, was united on a front to release the Snyder Cut. And we have to celebrate that. And Zack is doing that. He has some things lined up. It looks like he's got some things lined up over the next few days leading up to it, and possibly even after it. He's going to be doing a raffle. He wants us to help push and raise money for AFSP. They've got a new T-shirt design, the Dark Side T-shirt design, which is phenomenal looking, as well as the trailer. Now, the teaser trailer that came out of DC Fandom, was taken down. Zack is sticking with the claims that it is due to music rights, as is Warner Media and HBO Max and all of them. The only reason why that seems just a little strange is because you can still find it on other channels on YouTube. But it's possible. I'm not going to sit there and say they're lying about it. But Zack did mention that that will be back up on the 17th. But he will also be doing a live Q&A as he sits down and breaks down scene for scene that teaser trailer, revealing all the ideas and aspects behind each scene and what they mean. Now, if you want to, you can jump back in on my channel here, Bridging the Geekdoms, and you will find some things an episode where I broke down the trailer myself. I'm interested to see how similar and how close it correlates to what I did there. But yeah, let's see. I got a couple comments here from Marashi, Shiri. I'm sorry, I can't say names. Connected to Zack Snyder, then why she hasn't asked him about Green Lantern. It's a very good question. Why hasn't she asked him about Green Lantern? Because Green Lantern has been the big question. Perhaps, here's the thing. I know for a fact that when Zack goes onto a show or onto a podcast, he has to approve the questions that are asked. He did mention, I believe it was her last interview she had, she did ask him about Green Lantern, and he just said that the Green Lantern is, there is a Green Lantern or something like that. Yeah, I think, maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But perhaps he just doesn't want to talk about it. And people, let's see, a group of people are really reaching with $70 million. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. $70 million for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. But I do believe it's been more than $30 million, like the initial report stated. Definitely going to be more than that, but only because I think that this amount of money isn't going into just this project. I think it's going to be more of a Snyderverse project rather than Zack Snyder's Justice League. So back onto it. So he is going to do the Q&A, revealing some things with the trailer. He alluded to and hinted to that there may be some tweaks and something new within the trailer that has not yet been seen. That's exciting. But you have to figure they've got an additional, 3 months now, 2 or 3 months worth of post-vids done. And, they could easily add more. I'm thinking official title and release date will be at the end of it. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm looking forward to it either way. I know you all are. So that's coming to Tuesday, November 17th. But with that, there's going to be so much more going on in regards to Zack Snyder's Justice League. Working our way up to the 17th, whether it's from this channel here, from our friends over at The Culture Nerd, at Lightcast, Nerdy in Many Ways, the Nicotina Show, Zebrafed, all of them are doing some really cool things in hyping up the 17th to celebrate Zack Snyder's Justice League and utilizing the hashtag #UsUnited. And that doesn't mean you cannot use the other hashtags. It doesn't mean you can't use Release It Snyder Cut or Zack Snyder's Justice League or the Snyder Cut. You can use all those hashtags. But the Us United is about celebrating our victories, celebrating all we have accomplished together. Because while, yes, there are those out there, there's few out there who we are indebted to greatly for starting this movement many years ago, we can never forget them. They did an amazing thing in giving us a platform, a voice, a way to get our want out there. But without all of us working together, without us being united and pushing forward, this never would have happened. Not just for artistic integrity, but the amazing things in how we have raised nearly $500,000, nearly $500,000 for suicide prevention awareness. It is just an amazing feat that we've all accomplished here. And I know Snyder is just over the moon about it. The last few interviews he's done, whether it was with the League of Mayhem or with Grace, he just expresses his gratitude and how much he's thankful for everything that everybody has done for AFSP. He did something really interesting. I really thought this was really freaking interesting. He mentioned how Toby Emmerich actually reached out to him and hey, is this something that interests you? You gonna do this thing? You want to do this thing? In regards to the Snyder Cut. That is just amazing to me. I always took it as Snyder was the one that tracked down Warner and was like, hey, not tracked him down, but picked up the phone, was like, hey guys, look, I got an idea. And the fans want it. And that's not what it was. It was literally Toby Emmerich who reached out and was like, look, man, what are you thinking? Can we do it? And Zack explained how, he pitched this idea years ago to the cast, this overarching story, this overarching idea for all these characters. And he wants to honor that. He made them a promise that he would finish this off. And that's what he wanted to do. And that is why he decided to do it, because he wanted to fulfill the promise that he made to his actors many years ago. And I think that is amazing. And just shows you what kind of human being Zack Snyder is. He is one of the most stand-up directors, human beings I've ever seen. I'm not saying other directors are horrible, but I mean, this guy just cares. He loves what he does. He loves the fans. He loves everything about it. So bravo to Zack Snyder in that regard. Finally, whether you want to say this was a slip-up, excuse me, whether you want to say it was a slip-up, or whether you want to say it was maybe a just a poor choice of words. Sorry, I had to tickle my throat. Poor choice of words. Near the end of the interview, he does sit there and state that he is been working with Warner Media and what to do in the future with everything. And it came at a time where Grace was talking to him about how Zack is very much involved with the marketing of his own films. But in the way that he explained it, it kind of seemed like he was done with that conversation, and then goes on, HBO Max has been great, with everything with me, including, what's going to come in the future, what we can do with future plans and stuff like that. And Grace even got a shocked look on her face, and I got a shocked look on my face, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? So he then corrects himself and said, Grace asked him, like, hey, are you talking about Snyder or the marketing? And he's like, yeah, the marketing. So was it a slip up? Did he accidentally say, hey, we got more coming. We're talking about the plans. We got things moving. Or was that he was still talking about the marketing? And you take it as you will. Zack Snyder knows what he's doing in these interviews, and he's very careful when you watch him speak. He's very careful on what he says and how he says it. But it's just been, it was a great interview. Well done, Grace Randolph. I give credit when it's due to anybody. I will always give credit when it's due. You may have differences of opinion on the way that you handle some of your scoops or what have you, but well done. Impressed with the interview. Again, I don't know how you keep getting Zack. Maybe throw some love over this way. I'd like to talk with Zack sometime. Definitely help my subscription base here. Definitely go check it out over on Grace's YouTube channel, Beyond the Trailers. It was a great interview. Again, make sure you jump over to spoilerverse.com. There was some big news. Well, not really big news, but there was some news today about Constantine sequel, the Keanu Reeves film from 2005, possibly being in the works. So check that out. Again, November 17th, Us United will be the hashtag. Make sure you use it. You can start using it now, but use it big. Use it big on November 17th, everybody, because we want to be heard once again and show our appreciation and our victory and our enjoyment and our passion for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And get ready, guys. We're getting so much closer to 2021. Before you know it, the movie will be here, and we will all watch it. Series, whatever you want to call it. We'll all watch it, love it, talk about it. It's going to be a good time. But until then, everyone, thanks for listening. Have a good weekend. I may jump on here again this weekend. Maybe not. I don't know yet. Something drops. I know that Fabian Wagner's been dropping. He says he's going to be dropping some things every day leading up to the 17th. He also insinuates that Zack will be dropping a bomb on the 17th. So is there more than what Zack revealed on this interview that's going to happen on the 17th? Quite possibly so. So we shall see. But with that said, everyone, thank you very much for watching. The sun is glaring and blaring in my eyes right now. So I'm going to get off. You all have a splendid weekend. See ya.